Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was awfully annoying this morning. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the wisdom to change the things I can. Wisdom to know the difference and the things that I can and can't change. Ever really break that prayer down, anybody? God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. What? The wisdom to know the difference? I know what I can change. I know what I can't. Except I keep trying to change the things that I can't and the stuff that I can change. Not going to do it. Well, that's where the wisdom comes in. That was a little bit annoying this morning. Could not get my camera to cook up. So I had to reset my computer. Yeah, it's just computer stuff. Didn't get upset. I'm hitting milestones. I'm hitting goals. Little stuff like that. Get out of here. You ain't taking me down today. Not today. We got a great day. And on top of that, tonight from 5, let me look it up so I get the exact address for everybody. Tonight, from 5 to 9, you can come see us. Willie, are you going to be there? I saw you in the comments, Pimp. Are you going to be there? I think that's what it's called. We're going to the We Are One Recovery. We Are One Recovery event. It's on 25th Street. And I always forget the dang name of it. That's why I have my cards over here. Way back here. Got my little card holder. Inside this card holder is a card. It's the Monarch. That's where we're going. Monarch is a butterfly, if you didn't know. But the Monarch is on 25th Street, 455 25th Street, Ogden, Utah. You can catch us there. Thanks, bro. Willie knows that. He made that thing as beautiful as it is. That place, bro, is fun to shoot video in. I went there when, during the week, nobody's there really, and shot some videos for this other thing I was doing. And man, the light comes in so beautiful. The Monarch, themonarch.com. Connect, inspire, create. Are you going tonight, bro? Really? You gonna be there? You're the only reason we were there last year, and you're dang the reason because of that last year that we'll be there this year. But we'll be there from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and it's gonna be awesome. It's going to be so awesome. And I encourage you all to come. I'm looking at maybe doing some live streaming from there tonight. Definitely taking video. Let's see if I can get this address down. Okay, there we go. All right, back on track. Sorry, I got thrown a curveball this morning. Thrown a bit of a curveball. Did some heavy deadlifts last night, 50 of them, in the mix of a high intense interval training set. And I don't know if you know this, but deadlifts are one of the, if not the, most taxing workout on your nervous system. So if you max out on the deadlift, give your body some time to heal. Don't be maxing out all the time. Not good for you. Julian's going to be there. Heck yeah, he is. That's going to be so cool. Good morning. What a great day to be alive and healthy. God is so good. Amen to that. What a great comment. Cool. Glad you're going to be there. I did kick it, bro. I kicked that. It's the only reason it worked is because I saw that comment come through and I was like, all right, it's happening. Boom. Kick. Got it. Done. All right, check this out. Mindfulness. We're going to talk about some mindfulness today. 7 mindfulness attitudes. Your real core power, right? And Link actually came up with our title today. And I thought it was a really good one. I'm like, your gratitude and your attitude, it rhymes for a reason. Because your gratitude is going to directly affect your attitude. And then me looking out from the outside in can tell by your attitude how much gratitude you really exude. We're going to go through mindfulness today. We're going to go through the just for today because it's a good one. Talking about inventory. We may even hit character defects if we got time. Kelly Baker, welcome. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. Thanks for popping in. My homeboy. Great part in that video last night, brother. You did a really good job speaking. Proud of you. Having the hard talk in the mirror. The man in the mirror, the man in the glass. That's the one. That's the person you got to be able to look in the eye at the end of the day, regardless of how many pats on the back you get, right? Whew, I'm tired. Day 38. Broke that plateau. I'm back full swing, going downhill. Love it. Feels so great. Expect to hit another plateau? Absolutely. Today is day 39, I think, right? Yep, 39. The 39th day of my 75-day hard challenge. I've been going live every day. I've been vlogging every day. I've been learning and reading about new skills every day. I've been saying stuff I'm grateful for and things I admire about myself. That's a tough one. That's the tough one. And then 2 workouts a day. That's the easy part for me. The 2 workouts a day. I imagine like schedule and work and stuff, the workout would be hard for others. But the hard one for me is to learn something new and not get frustrated. And saying stuff that I'm grateful for about myself, right? Saying things I admire about myself. Positive self-talk. Especially when you're tired, like this morning. We did dumbbell deadlifts last night, and I made everybody go. I suggested. Okay, maybe I told them, but I pushed myself too. Okay, I pushed myself too. Go as heavy as you can you kind of look at your max barbell deadlift, and then go to about 60 to 70% of your max with dumbbells. Totally different world. The barbell, you got your leg, or barbell, you got your legs wider. Your stance is like you can do one of these. Your 2 hands are holding one bar. It's kind of weird. And then you switch to dumbbells, man. Your feet are in a little tighter. Your arms out as wide, so you're standing up taller. Just if you just move this much, all different muscles, right? Hit them all in a different type of way. That's why a lot of times if your hip hurts or your hip's jacking with you and you don't realize it, your left knee's hurting because of the way you favor, It's one of those things. And after a good hard deadlift workout, you should be able to feel it in the morning. Like you wake up like, whoa, this body just got taxed. And that's what happened last night. It was awesome. Johnny B says, dumbbell deadlifts for the win. Pushing while pulling. Yeah, exactly. Push your legs on the floor and pull with your butt. I love it. So this is a little thing I found today, and I just wanted to read it. This will be my first time reading it. It's called DM, Daily Motivation, your dailymotivation.site. And it has Thursday, May 19th, 2022. That's today. Gratitude allows you to focus on the beauty already present in your life. Look at what you got. And when you combine gratitude with mindfulness, you allow this sense of appreciation to become a part of your daily life. Let it become a habit. That's one thing with the 75-day challenge that I'm doing is I want to take all these best things that I'm doing and have them become a foundational habit in my daily life's mindset. So I don't have to work to put myself in a place of gratitude. I've built it into a habit to where it becomes the first thing I say. Have you ever met like an old guy who just walks around the world and is like just kind of always got a little cheesy smile, everything he just takes with a grain of salt and just seems to be in a good attitude? I'm sure he had to work that way. And I want to exude that kind of thing. Like, wow, you're always so happy. Like, how come nothing really bothers you? Because I'm building that man. I'm building that person. And it's through daily tasks and habit building. So that I don't even have to think. Just like that book Relentless says. Learn what you're doing so well that you don't even have to think about it. You just do. Allow this sense of appreciation to become a part of your daily life. Mindfulness gratitude brings you to the realization that even during difficult times, there is so much you're blessed with. It is. There's so much we're blessed with. Also, it can be easy to take life for granted when your daily life starts to feel more mundane. However, when you take the time to view your life through the lens of mindfulness, mindful gratitude, you begin to appreciate everything in a new way. You embrace each moment to find the good in those moments instead of worrying about the past, worrying about the future. One thing that has stuck out with me, because I had a plan because of the 75-day challenge we're on, is is reading 15 minutes a day. And I figured 15 minutes, 8 to 10 pages. Okay, I'm going to probably bust through 300-page books, right? At that pace in 75 days. And so I laid out the 3 books I wanted to read. I started reading them physically, but then I started doing the habit stacking. So I switched over to Audible so that I could read or listen on the way up the mountain. And now I'm on like my 5th book. One of them I've gone through 1.5 times. I went through that Relentless one, and I've kind of bounced back and forth through it even since. And one thing that stuck out through all these little podcasts I've been listening to by these inspirational men is, and I just lost it. It's gone. Oh, the process. He says there's no finish line in life. It's not like I get to the 75-day challenge and I'm done. Like, yay, I did it. Because life still continues to move on, and I still want to grow and build bigger, better habits in my life. The race isn't ever over. There's no finish line. So every day we got to enjoy the moment we're in, enjoy the growth level we're on, and enjoy the process of learning new things. And so I try to do that, and that helps my gratitude. I'm like, man, I'm here. I know this much. I'm doing good as best I can this much, and I enjoy this process. This is amazing. Because then you look back and you see, like, all of a sudden you've created something out of all this stuff you've learned. And you're like, whoa, look what I did. And then you just continue to learn. You just go for those moments, and then you inspire people. And then all the people around you start leveling up because you're leveling up. And then you only want to be around positive people that are leveling up. Life's too short to numb the pain with drugs and alcohol because you don't like your life. That's what I was doing when I was working on base. Go to work. I was I had to punch the card, stuck in the rat race, wanted to climb the ladder, the whole thing. Just to pay the bills so I could drive the brand new trucks and cars we were driving. And then to get a break from it all, because I had to be there. I had to get up at 4:30, and we had to work 9-hour shifts, nothing. Woe is me. But then to get home, and I'd have to drink it off. Drink it off. That was my escape. That was my normal, and we considered it normal. Go home and have a couple drinks. A couple drinks for some. 5ths of whiskey for me. Big Willie's deadlifting full. Iron House, 4 a.m. every Monday. I just can't get into that. The 3 a.m., 4 a.m. club. I'm not that guy. I'm up till about 1. That's why. And then I'm up 6. 1 to 6. Every day is like my new perfect schedule. I forgot to send you the link, bro. I'm glad you cacawed. I'm gonna send it right now. Jump in, that'd be cool. Yeah. But yeah, 4 a.m. club, that's crazy. JV says, this life is finite. All we have is the present. Make the best present you can have, that you can share, that you can love. Amen. Gene says, I'm always mindful to others. The meanest people are the ones that need more love and attention. Yeah. And it's cool to change your perspective on people that are rude to you, on the outside. And they snap at you. They seem like really irritable, grumpy people, right? And you can take it personally and be like, F that guy. F her. Look at her. She's crappy, Or you can be like, man, I feel bad for that person. Like, I wonder what's going on in their life. Why are they so upset? You kind of get an empathetic, loving feel for everybody around you and wish them the best, Dang, that bums me out that person feels like that. And I wish that person the best. And I hope that doesn't last forever, because why? We know what it's like to live in that. We know what it's like to wallow in self-pity, to wallow in character defects of destructive anger and hating everything around us and hating ourselves so much that we abuse ourselves. We don't want to live like that anymore. All right, we're going to try something new today. We'll see if it happens. Where does it happen? Discord, bro. Discord. We're just going to try something. Observe, not absorb. Amen. All right, I'm going to read the Just for Today real quick as my buddy's checking in. It's from New York. Met him in the virtual realities, and he wants to try this live stream stuff with me this morning whenever he can. And we're just going to chit chat, see how it goes. Introduce him to you. Pretty cool guy. So a growth inventory. Page 145. This is just for today, We review our past performance and our present behavior to see what we want to keep and what we want to discard. As each day winds to close, many of us reflect on the past 24 hours and consider how we can live differently in the future. It is easy for our thoughts to remain trapped in the mundane, change the oil in the car, keep the living room clean, or empty the litter box. Sometimes it takes a special effort to jog our thinking out of the daily rut and onto a higher track. One simple question can put us on the high road. What do you think our higher power wants from us tomorrow? Maybe we need to improve our flagging, conscious contact with God of our own understanding. Perhaps we've been uncomfortable in our job and our relationship, holding on only out of fear. We might be hiding some troubled defect of character, afraid to share with our sponsor. The question is, in what parts of our lives do we really want to grow? As each day ends, we find it beneficial to take some moment to spend time with our higher power. We can begin to reflect on what will benefit our program of spiritual growth most in the coming day. We think about the areas in which we have grown recently and target the areas that still require work. What more fitting way to end the day? Just for today, I will set aside some time at the end of the day to commune with my higher power. I will review the past day, meditating on what stands between me and my higher power's will for my life. Amen to that. Amen to that. God helps me through my problems. I used to have a lot of resentment, but God helped me to do better than acting like a jerk. Love conquers sin. Amen to that too. That's good stuff right there, brother. What y'all planned for the day? What's going on? How are you going to impact the world today? How are you going to impact your own life? And what are you going to do to make yourself happy? All right. I got a special guest. He's all the way from New York City. Rollo. What's up, dude?
What's up, LT? Hey, Addict, quick question for you. How do I stop the duplicate audio on here so we can talk?
Mute something. Mute something. Okay. One of your microphones. You may have two microphones rocking. I don't know. So this is Kaka. We met inside the Infiniverse and connected because we're both like-minded, same age, awesome goals of life of being positive, staying positive, as you see his hat says right there. So here we are. We're talking. You're watching us talking. Anything y'all want to talk about? Anything you want to ask him? Like, who the hell are you and why are you here? Now we can't hear you. Now you're muted.
Where do I want to begin?
There you go. Where do you want to begin?
All right, I'm back. I'm just trying to stop the duplicate audio. So go ahead. You do your thing. I'm going to switch this up and I'll give you a Kaka when I'm all set.
All right. Do y'all want to talk about some character defects? Grant W says you got a nice mustache, bro. Let's see the smile on that mustache. Oh, snap. Look at that. Wiggle it. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, I love it. So our 30-dayers, let's look at that real quick. So we got our Discord open. I'm going to do it down here so it's already open. So I'm going to share screen, Chrome tab. So let's go down to the Recovering Addict server, which you'll find down here at the bottom with the RA tab. Go to our 30-day challenge. This is where everybody chit chats. So our 30-day challenge right now, if you are unaware, is challenges we're going to start doing inside the Recovering Addict Discord for 30 days. One's dropping in June, and this is May's challenge we're looking at right now. 30 minutes of exercising, 15 minutes of reading, and 20 things of gratitude. And we've just learned how important gratitude is. And so we start focusing and making ourselves do these things every day, even when we don't want to. We make it happen. And then we post all 3 of those inside this Discord in your own channel so that we can track and see how everybody's doing. And this particular challenge, I've promised everybody that does these 3 tasks, which is really 4 because you got to post it, the 4th one being the post, that I will give you a full set of Recovering Addict merch. You're going to get a hat, you're going to get the shirt, hoodie, tags, journal, the whole 9 yards. So people are rocking it. Ziggy's rocking it. Reading his book Driven, out on some walks, struggling in life. In the meantime, Renee, we don't post in other people's Discord channels. And that's when we delete those. No big deal, no harm, no foul. 30-day challenge. This is where we do all our chatting so that we can all kind of just stay central to our chats. But our channels are for our own posting, just so we can just sweetly, smoothly scroll back and see our own progress. Savage Freedom, always dropping those sick things. Geesh. Look at that, out walking his big dog. That's a big ass dog. And he's doing his bedtime yoga. Out there walking around. Dude, did you get the that app downloaded for Map My Ride so you can start mapping your bike rides? On my walk today. So proud of you. That's already today. Good job. Proud of her. She's doing it too. Look at that. There's Australia, mate. Look at that. Freaking Australia. Awesome. A little Miss Happiness. Still rocking the challenge too. Clean. Overcoming addiction and ending America's greatest tragedy. Love it. So beautiful. So beautiful. All right. Let's see if we can get Rollo back up in here. Boom. What up, brother?
Kaka! I'm still on my first cup of coffee, man. I don't recommend doing that 75-day challenge. I mean, that's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what I honestly think is when it comes to that, it's not real life.
The hell it ain't.
You know what I mean?
Life.
I'm right. It has to be a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that like diets, the same thing, right? Diets, like I do it. Don't eat carbs or eating clean, and which is great. Or a juice cleanse. I did a juice cleanse when I came back from my birthday extravaganza. I don't remember where I was, but in Florida. And after the juice cleanse was over, you just screw it right up again.
You just reverted right back into your old
It's
self?
like that. Let's call it the Bell Biv DeVoe curve, right?
Big Willie just said you're a pussy. Almost 10 o'clock in New York. And you're
That's the earliest I've ever been called that.
Willie's like, I was deadlifting 500 pounds like 6 hours ago.
Yeah, man, that's great. That's great. But you know what though? He's, in all respect, man, everybody's different, and you just really got to find what works, I guess, for you,
For real.
Yeah.
Grant says he wishes his wife would let him grow a mustache like that.
Do you know how this happened, this mustache?
Did your wife let you grow one, or do you just do it?
My wife don't let me do anything. I don't, so she's great. She's amazing. My wife is the best. I don't ever have to ask for permission for anything.
Sweet.
It's great. I was married 16 years, May 13th. And I'm so lucky to have her. She's amazing. But as far as this mustache, how this happened, now I'm 40. I just turned 47 last week, right?
Holy cow! I thought you were younger than that.
And
Dude, you look great,
I give up one thing every year, right? Like, this is what I do, right?
Yeah.
So the first year I gave up beer, not alcohol, beer, right? So I gave up beer for an entire year. Did not have a sip of beer. And I realized it's those moments in time, tailgate parties, friends parties, someone offers you a drink. It was just me becoming aware of how much I was reaching for beer, but not getting myself or removing myself from something I know I couldn't handle, which is removing alcohol altogether. So I removed just the beer part, right? Hand to God, I did not touch a single beer for that year. And it's almost like that muscle that you have to work on, right? To
move
show
your mic just a little bit so I can see your face better.
Oh, sure.
There he is.
Not much to see.
I couldn't see the whole stash, man. I gotta soak it in.
So I gave up beer. The second year, I gave up pizza because pizza was crazy. Like my kids, now 13 and 11, pizza, friends parties, house parties, late night go-tos. And so I gave up pizza. And that was 2 years ago.
You haven't had pizza for 2 years?
No, I only give up one thing for 1 year, then I go back to it.
Oh, okay.
So, but what happens is in the pizza situation, for that entire year, that's how I grew this mustache.
Ah. I forgot we were talking about the mustache.
Yeah. See, I can't believe I brought that story around. I usually forget them halfway through.
Nice. So the whole thing behind the 75-day challenge, and I was reading the 75 strong challenge, and the 75 strong is different than the 75 hard. It's somebody who kind of, piggybacked off it to try to gain some money or whatnot. But his idea behind it is to use the 75 days at a 90% success rate so that you hit 66 days of building habits, so that at the 75 days, you don't flop back into and lose it. Like you said, after that juice cleanse or whatever.
Yeah.
But that you have carried something positive on. You don't just hit a landmark and go, yay, I did it, and flop back in. But you actually have built good habits for the rest of your life. Yeah. That's cool. What'd you give up this year? Did you?
I gave up giving up stuff. It's funny. I got a bunch of friends right now who are trying to get me to do the 75-day hard. And I mean, look, I think why would you call it 75 days hard? Like, that's how that shit starts? You want to do 75 days hard? No. I gave me 75 days. Pretty easy. 75 days healthy. 75 days better you. Give me anything. 75 days hard. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's I don't know, man. But it's just a misnomer, and it's just not how you enter into a 75-day hard, because you think all of a sudden it's going to be hard.
Yeah. He has you focus on some lagging indicators. We talk about leading and lagging indicators. Leading being the stuff you need to do to accomplish your lagging goal at the end, right? Lagging is what's at the end, because at the lagging, when you look back, the leading, when you look forward.
Yeah. And
he has you take a picture every single day. 75 pictures of your fat body every day.
That's usually when I drop out. When I'm like, oh, I don't stand a chance.
So you're like, right out the gate, you're discouraged. So I switched it up to taking weekly pictures. I do every Saturday morning, I do a little spin on the video so that I can at least have, that many weeks of.
Yeah, man. You're looking good, man. I've been following your journey. It's fantastic. Really looking good. I mean, I think that the 75-day hard has I think they don't talk about the mental capacity of it, like what it really does to you. It puts you on edge. It's like taking coffee away, and if that's I'd rather just get to that. I want to get to the hard part.
Oh, you know what else is included in the hard?
Exercise.
If you miss one workout, if you miss one picture, if you mess up on your diet, you have to start over. Even if you're on day 74.
What?
Yeah. You can't fail. It's a zero failure. Just like my 30-day challenges in the Discord.
But is it failure if you got 74 days in?
And you screw up and you were shooting for 75?
Let's just say, I mean, look, for some of my friends who are addicts, maybe those 74 days, some shit would have went down on them. Maybe that 74 days saved their life.
Well, then if you messed up the challenge, you still suck.
Well, I mean, you still went 74 days.
Right. That's how you look at it perspectively.
Yeah. Gotta stay positive. Gotta stay positive right there.
Dang, that's tough, Corey says.
Yeah.
Grant, I'm on day 39. Today is 39 days. I'm down 16 pounds. So I still jump on the scale probably 3 times a day just to see what my body's doing. And this morning I hit 198. Dude, I haven't hit 198 for over 15 years.
Wow.
Willie says, challenges are to show you what you're capable of. People are stronger than they think.
Yeah.
He's calling you out again, bro. He's saying,
No, I love it.
he's saying, look, there, Rollo, Kaka.
Kaka!
If we don't push our limits with hard stuff, how far can you run? Can you run a mile? Cool. Try running 2. Oh, that's hard. So what? See what you're capable of. Putting that kind of stuff on your mind, you know, that's when we grow, is under extreme pressure. Just like weightlifting. You got to up the weights and put more pressure on that muscle for it to grow. The diamonds. How are diamonds made? Extreme pressure. Extreme pressure. And then all of a sudden, poof, beautiful diamond.
You know, I worked in this whole, I got my degree in psych, my master's in psychology, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the jobs that I had was a CIS. It was a community integration specialist, right? And I had to go into a home with people with special needs and assist basically the living. It was it was like almost like a babysitter. I mean, you went through school 8 years and it's just that this is what happened. So I ended up going inside this home and I had primaries. So there was a house, like let's say it was like 4 men and like 5 men and 5 women. So it was a house of 10 people and they give you primaries. And my primaries was a gentleman by the name of Lauren, who was a 6'3" black guy, right? Super sweet, who I befriended. And he would say, Andy Rallo, hold my hand, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be in the mall integrating him into society. It was like one of my first days. And he turns to me, he's like, Andy Rallo, hold my hand. And I'm like, whatever. So I hold this guy's hand, right? I'm walking in the mall. But you know what? That feeling right there, right? I was observing my own emotions, right? My own feelings, but I was uncomfortable because he looks, I wouldn't say normal, like everybody's normal. He was definitely special needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm holding his hand and I was trying to get over my ego, right? Of allowing the experience, like of just being in that moment. Eventually what I ended up doing was holding his hand over like 3 to 4 months, holding his hand to holding his wrist, right? To holding his elbow, to holding his shoulder. Now he would also sing. He would love to sing. He was such a great, I love this guy. I lost touch with him, but he would sing. And so for his birthday on one of the birthdays I got to celebrate with him, I bought him headphones. No jack, right? And I just put the headphones on him, right? And there he was. And eventually he was walking on his own, singing in the mall, all by himself.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
That's called fading, right? And for a lot of what I do is not so hard, 75 hard, but it's more of like a more gentler approach. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you gotta fade people because nobody wants to change.
Nobody does. So when I think about you holding this guy's hand, he's got what, a foot? He's a foot taller than you.
I'm 5'11", so he must have been 6'2".
Okay, so he's a little bigger than you.
Yeah.
He's holding your hand, and right out the gate, you're probably just worried about what other people are thinking about you, right?
Yeah.
And so in a sense,
your friends catching you, or your friends,
you both helped each other. Like,
yes.
That's freaking awesome.
1,000%. He helped me as much as I helped him. But the thing is, you don't realize how much somebody is helping you, especially when you think you're the person helping someone. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It's wild. Like my kids, they help me more than I help them.
Right. I feel that same way when I do our groups and stuff, because I'm not sure if you know exactly what we do here locally, but every single night from Monday through Friday from 6 to 8, we're at the gym, right? And Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays is like our main days for the whole group, the whole community here locally. And we work out for an hour, and then we do a group peer-to-peer processing session. It's not counselors, it's just peer-to-peer. We read some material, we learn 12 steps, we follow AA and NA type of, structure and relapse prevention, all that stuff, right? So we get vulnerable with each other. And at the end of the groups, I'm just I lead it as the leader, and I try to moderate it and be the, whatever that's called, the mediator in between it all and keep it rolling. But dude, I'm more inspired than they are at the end of the groups. I go home feeling just like you said, we're there to help, but we're probably being helped more than they are.
Yeah, true. But you know what? I also feel like it's as hard to be honest, and not take shit personal.
In what situation? What do you mean by that?
I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of times people, like, I don't know. I'm at a point in my life where I could be, with friends and family 100%, but people outside of that circle, I don't think there's anything that anybody could say that it could affect my emotion. Like, I'm not going to react. Like, for example, I'm down in Schenectady, right? With a bunch of college roommates. I got a new tattoo. Check this out.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
So you can see it?
Yeah, that's gorgeous. Trouble?
Yeah, right? And so I get a tattoo. I'm hanging out with friends. We're all, we're having a good time. And a buddy, I said something to my buddy, and he slapped me across the fucking face.
For real? Like a real slap?
Like a real man slap.
Like right? Will Smith slapping Chris Rock?
Will Smith, right?
What was his follow-up words?
I was like, I know this guy for years, but I also know what he's going through. He's going through some things, at home and work. And I would say if that was me 10 years ago, I don't care how big anybody is, I probably would have tried to kill him. And I realized at that moment that slap had more to do with him than it ever had to do with me.
We were just talking about that before you popped on. And I was saying, when you're out in the world and people are seemingly rude and snap at you, try to turn exactly what you just said, bro.
Oh, perfect.
An empathetic emotion towards them, because we don't know what they're going through.
Don't know. I happen to know, right?
What did you say, though? What did you say to him, bro?
What I said was, one, a slew of security guards, because we're in a bar, right?
Yeah.
Slew of security guards. And now my other two friends were like, Raul's going to lose his shit. You know what I mean? And I just took a second to before reacting, I was like, and I looked at him and I go, that has nothing. This is a reflection of you, not me. And you're my friend, and he's definitely drinking. And so I'm not going to take that person. And the security guards were like, oh, no. I'm like, no, it's fine, But I got to tell you, it's one of the very first times that I've been able to react like that in a real life setting, not just think it. You know what I mean? And I think thinking you're going to be a certain way when that time comes is one thing. But being that way when that time arrives is another. Right.
And that takes a lot of work to get to that point. And that's kind of the whole idea about the challenges that I'm talking about. And, 75 Hard's implemented on myself because I want to build that knee-jerk reaction. Because our knee-jerk reactions, his knee-jerk excuse me. His knee-jerk reaction was to whack whatever you said, right? Keep your wife's name out of my mouth. and he slaps you.
Right.
Your knee-jerk reaction after habit building and all the stuff you've learned was empathetic. And I want to change that about me, because when I first see people, it's getting better now, obviously. Yeah. But I'm instantly criticizing or judging or, oh my God, look how stupid that Yeah. And I would love to switch that. Exactly what Willie just said. That's growth, Yeah. Good morning, Petey. Glad you're here.
Yeah. it's I was really shocked. I was more shocked at my response to it than I was at the slap.
Wow.
And I honestly walked out of there feeling not like your boy called me this morning a pussy, but I felt like I did feel a sense of something. I don't know what it was. You know?
Yeah.
And
Dude, you were the adult in the room. You were the man.
Which never happens. Ever. But it was really, and we keep rolling. We apologize. We hugged. You know what I'm saying? He profusely, he's like, I'm sorry. And I was like, don't even, we move on, and that's the other part, moving on. Can you truly move on without me thinking about what happened, ever again? That's the part. Can we move on?
Yeah. You got to be able to move on.
Right.
But how'd you guys' relationship? Have you talked since? Have you guys have?
Oh, yeah. He did my tattoo.
Ah, okay, yeah. I got a buddy like that here in Utah. We grew up together. My mom and his dad almost got married when we were young. So basically brothers, you know what I mean? Like his dad is a real influence on my life. And every time we get together, and it doesn't happen very often. And since I quit drinking, we really haven't hung out at all. But we would get together and, say hang out over a weekend's span of time doing whatnot. First day, it's, oh, brother, man, we're reminiscing, I love you, hugs and kisses. And by the end of the night, we're both shit-faced in a fucking boxing match. Like literally every time.
What is
we
that?
end up in a brawl. I mean, I've fought him at bars. I've fought him at houses. I fought him in the middle of the street. Everywhere we go.
How does that happen?
And then the next day, we're just like, it's all good.
But what is that?
I don't know. Willie says it's good to know that I judge everybody. Willie, I judge you mainly. I judge
there was a point though. I still work in the city, but I walk down the streets of Manhattan now, just fucking proud and happy. But there was a point where I'd be like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole. You're cool. You're an asshole. She's hot. Yeah. But there was really it's like an engine. It's a motor. It's like, and even though, I've been listening to like a lot of Alan Watts forever, and it's just like, it's just becoming aware of those thoughts and understanding that why am I thinking this shit?
One thing I noticed about those type of thoughts and judging people and not knowing what they ever go through. I don't know. It's almost like road rage. There's something that blocks, or a keyboard, right? You're mad at somebody on the internet and there's this barrier between you, which is a screen. And driving, you're in two different cars. So it's flipping the guy off, pull over, I'll kick your ass. But it's funny. Like I've been in those type of situations where, that intensity arises in your mind and you're critical and judgy. And then you meet them later, like a couple days later, but you remember this interaction and you get to know the person and there's like, why did I even feel that way? Like, I like this person now.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of it, not knowing who they are, not knowing what they've gone through in life, and since my son's accident, my life's changed a ton as far as like, you never know what's going on with people because everybody I've met, at least 90%, because the other 10% probably not even reveal it, but everybody's had something in their life that's completely affected, something deep in their soul, or they're going through it. And I try to think about my son, what I was going through, and then like that person may be going through this today too. So I don't need to be acting like that.
Yeah. I find that when you do have those thoughts, I have this tool that I use. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's what I do.
What is that?
I have a thought that I know that is not a positive thought. If I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that thought ceases to exist because I now become aware of that thought. And with that awareness, then that thought no longer exists. It's like, remember for example, Gazoo. Remember Gazoo in the Flintstones?
Yeah.
So my theory is that Gazoo was Fred's ego. And Gazoo only stuck around when Fred was fighting with it. But when Fred ignored it and became aware of it and reacted to it, Gazoo went away.
That's awesome.
And,
go ahead.
Yeah, so I almost put Gazoo on my arm.
Oh, I love it.
I wanted to put it like right where, like right here, but it's the idea. It's a better story than it is a tattoo.
Yeah, for sure. Still be cool though. I got learned to swim on my arm.
Yeah, I like that.
There's a lot of reasons behind that one too.
Oh, that's nice.
So you have a negative. We talk about this. I love that because I look for simple ways to explain things, and I think you just gave me a great idea. But I always talk about, because I learned it from my counselor, we can't control our first thought. That first thought can come into our mind and it drops whatever hormones in our mind that makes our heart races, it pumps adrenaline, and we can sit and feed that, right? Like, and go crazy over it, which is a lot of the times what we do. But if we can control that second, third, fourth, and fifth thought, because we do have control over those, that we can combat that first thought and let those hormones and whatever run their course through our body and overcome that whole situation. And so you've set in place like a tool, negative thought, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're changing your mind. That's mindfulness and action, like right in the same. That's cool, man. Mm-hmm. I'm digging that.
It really, that's a recent one that actually works.
I'm gonna be using that. I'm gonna be telling people.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, look, I was on my own at a very young age. I lived in my car for a short while, and like you said, with timing and the people that pass, it's too short. Why spend an ounce on a negative thought? And what I find is that presentness, to be in that moment without any of those, those external, like those thoughts. There's a power in that. There's a power in presentness, and because I'm not reacting to the past, I'm in the moment now, and the more and that presentness gets shinier and shinier. But yeah, man, I mean, I think there is a power in present, and it's becoming aware of those thoughts that I believe, shine that magic ball, and you become sort of the captain of the ship.
Captain of the ship. I love that. It's cool, brother. Well, I got to wind this down because I got to go and work out. So don't go anywhere yet, but we're just going to shut this off.
Yeah, man.
Everybody, we're here every single morning doing my 75 hard challenge.
Stay positive.
Stay positive, everybody. Do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. It's a bad place to be. Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better together.